The Find and Replace Text tool. If you go underneath the Drawing Production tab, go to the Text Tools, and underneath this down arrow, you're going to see the option for the Find and Replace Text. Now in this tool, there's some different options that you can do. So let's take for instance here, let's say we want to change this wording of station to something else. So if I come up here, I can type in station, and I'm going to replace it with STA period. Now whenever you do the find, it really doesn't matter what the case is, whether it's uppercase or lowercase, but in your option here you can actually check mark that box to where it would just find everything that was lowercase if you did type that in up here. We're not going to worry about that for this example. But whenever you do the replace, you have to determine if you want it in uppercase or lowercase. So if we're ready to replace these pieces of text here, all you have to simply do now is hit find, and you'll see that it found that piece of text right here. And if you want to replace it, just go ahead and click on replace, and it will go to the next one. You also have a zoom ratio where you can zoom in, like what I'm doing right there. So I'll go ahead and replace that one. I'll replace this one. Now you'll notice here that it found this piece of text also for MicroStation because it's part of that word. Now if I just wanted to come in here and just find the word station and not find the phrase of station within like MicroStation or something like that, you could click on this little option that says whole words and it would just look for the word of station for that particular option. So now on this one here, I'm just going to ignore it. So I'll click on find again. And now it'll say replace 6 of 7. Do you want to return back to the original view? I'll check mark that box and go ahead and click on OK. And now you'll see that those pieces of text have been changed. So that's basically using the Find and Replace Text tool. You have some different options underneath here, whether you want to match the case whenever you're doing the search, or if you just want to do whole words, you can do that. If you want to animate it for your view options, you can turn some of that stuff off or on. But that's kind of the way the Find and Replace Text tool works. Another way you can do it is within a fence. So let's say I want to replace this Route 54 with some different wording, but I just want to look inside of this little area. Well, if I come up here and place a fence, go to the Drawing tab, and then I'll go to my Selection Tools and use my Place Fence, and I'll just place a fence around these pieces of text. Now if I come back over and use my Find and Replace Text tool, you're going to see that that Use Fence option is available now. So now I could just do a search just inside of that fence if I wish to utilize that. And that's what I'll do for this example. You also have some different options inside there where you can do inside or overlap, void, or void overlap. Probably the most common situation that you use this is just look for the words that are inside of your fence. So once you have that, and let's say I want to find Route 54, and I'm going to change it to RTE period 44. Now in this one here, I could do find and do them all, or if I know I want to replace all these in one shot, I should be able to click on this option that says replace all, and I will go ahead and click on OK to restore my original view, and now I'm finished. So now I can close out of the tool, and I will also go back in here and turn off my fence by clicking on the tool again, and it removes that fence. So that's where you can utilize the fence tool in conjunction with that Find and Replace Text tool to maybe do some edits with your text. So that's the basics of using the Find and Replace Text tool in ORD.